Go on with it, go on with it. Blessings all for my life, man. My thank God for the journey, the earnings, and just for the plus. Gratitude is a must. Blessings fall by my right hand.
You miss me. You miss me, but you had never caught me, is that correct?
Pen,
I overheard you at my mama's ball last season, telling everyone how you would never, ever caught Penelope Featherington.
Perhaps we should talk about this somewhere more private.
Because I embarrass you. Of course you had never caught me. I am the laughingstock of the town, even when I changed my entire wardrobe. It just never occurred to me that you, of all people, could be so cruel.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my Chanel. It is your favorite mystic, TheSirenSayz, and welcome back to my channel where I speak about movie, TV, and soon to come books, everything that I like, dislike, and the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything all throughout and in between those frames of media. Now, we're going to be talking about Bridgerton because I will obviously be making a video on Bridgerton, whether it's just one video or two, depends. If it's so good that I feel like I need to come with my thoughts halfway, maybe it'll be two, but if it's just like, oh, I need to finish it immediately, or if it's bad, I might just make one. But I wanted to talk about this trailer. I didn't watch it, even though it came out 5 days ago. I waited until I had a minute to react to it and then put my thoughts down so that y'all could see. Now, let me talk for a second. I watched a clip that came out a couple months ago, and I also watched the scene with Kat and Lord Bridgerton, the prior couple. I didn't really care much of that season. It wasn't bad, it wasn't my favorite. You know, I'm a Queen Charlotte girl. There are 3 different types of people who watch this show. People who think the first season is the best, people who think the second season is the best, and people who think Queen Charlotte should have been the direction this show took if it was gonna do this. Anyways, I like the trailer. Now, there are some things that I don't like, but I think the fact that they're going to be having those discussions and working on it is a good thing. So there are stuff that made me feel visceral, but that was a good thing. I think that's what I should say. There were things that made me feel visceral, like, oof, but they're going to address it and fix it and speak on it. So I'm happy about that. So the trailer starts out with our narrator speaking. Penelope, she's been struggling, and, you know, Colin just came back from his travels, and, you know, I guess Penelope is just kind of eschewing, look how easy it is for Bridgertons to just like bloom, right? Like, as soon as it's their turn to enter, they enter, people notice them, and even if they don't get the person they want, they still have offers, right? So let's say they have someone they prefer, like Eloise, for example. I know I'm not gonna like Eloise this season. I'm just telling y'all from now. So if you are Eloise stans, back up. After season 2, I understand, let me just say this, I understand why Eloise is upset, and I understand why Eloise does not want to speak to her anymore, and I'm fine with that. But Penelope is one of our favorite characters, so her low-key fighting her and being upset with her and being like, ugh, this girl, and befriending another girl that is not nice at all just because she decides that she needs to walk around with somebody while she's in ton parties. I don't appreciate that. So if you are an Eloise stan account, you might not want to watch any of my videos about Bridgerton going forward until they focus on her and give her a love story. Then I'll let it go just to see what they're gonna do here. But in terms of like focusing on Penelope and Eloise being there, I'm not gonna be appreciating her much. I'll be as fair as I can, but she doing the most. Really? You hanging out with that girl? That girl? Really? Okay. So, you know, Penelope is very much eschewing that, you know, it's easy for Bridgertons to win when it comes to those things. They don't have to go for 3 years, you know, doing the same thing over and over again, hoping somebody will notice them. They just go the first time and the ball gets rolling and they're able to find somebody. You know, she couldn't even get a bottom feeder to be interested in her, is the point. And I felt so bad for her. Colin immediately decides to help her. And one thing I didn't appreciate that Eloise says is why, like, Why are you helping her? Why do you care all of a sudden? It's like, ma'am, isn't she your best friend? Didn't you know that, like, she's been close with your brother forever? Like, okay, let's claim that she doesn't know that Pen has a crush, because Pen is actually good at keeping secrets. Fine. You know that she's friends with your brother and that she cares about him. Why would it not be reciprocated? It doesn't look like you told anybody what Pen did, because you seem to be the only one being bitter. So why would no one else care about Pen when you're the only one who left her alone? Now, this is just me alleging. I haven't seen it yet. Perhaps everybody knows, but they're just feeling like, well, nobody's gonna marry her, so I guess that's her karma. I don't know if she told anybody, but from what I see, it looks like she just kept it to herself, almost as a last memento to their friendship. Because of what you mean to me, I'm not gonna tell nobody, but stay away from my family and we not friends no more. Which I respect, right? As much as Lady Whistledown wasn't necessarily to destroy her family, it definitely did not help. It definitely did not help much at all. So, like I said before, when it comes to Eloise, I understand, but some of her actions that I know she's going to be taking this season, I do not appreciate it. It's just my very personal opinion. All right, so Colin comes back. He's a little bit sturdier. All of you have been talking about how good he looks this season. To me, he doesn't necessarily look any better, but I guess abs change everything. That's how people are. Abs make the difference. But it's fine. I love him for Pen because I know Pen loves him. And so I want what she wants. I'm not against him. I'm just saying he's not like the finest man I've ever seen. You know. But he comes back. He's looking thicker. He's not even necessarily looking for a woman for himself necessarily. He's not focusing on that all the way. He's focusing more on Penelope, which is why people are questioning him on it. I didn't really like the scene where he came and like kissed that girl on the hand, because I'm like, geez Louise, you're just ready to marry anybody but Penelope. Like, when it comes to Penelope, you're having a mental, like, you're having a fight with yourself. Like, do I like Penelope? Oh my god, stroke. Like, what's the problem? What's the problem? Now, I know it's way back when, so there's fits of Ginny and, you know, what look good and what don't look good and beauty standards and all of that. I understand that, but I'm just trying to figure out, like, you are a Bridgerton. If you don't want to be with Penelope because of how she looks, you don't gotta be with Penelope. So this giant internal fight, as if she's like, is she right for me? But, like, you could keep looking. Like, I don't know why you're being so pathetic. Yes, I consider Colin to be more pathetic than Penelope. But, it's fine. He'll get over it and he'll fall for her and he'll choose her, obviously. If that's a spoiler for somebody, you haven't read enough romance books. I'm very sorry for you. I really enjoyed the trailer because it showcased that even though Penelope is great with a pen, she's not great in situations that make her uncomfortable in real life. If she's upset with somebody, she knows exactly what to say. Like, she knew exactly what to say to Eloise to cut her down. She knew exactly what to say to Colin, you know, coming, saying, look, I changed my clothes, I changed my attitude, and I'm still not getting what I want. You would never choose me. Like, I heard you say you'd never choose me, and that hurt me, and I'm upset with you. Like, I really appreciate when she does that, but it is showing that she can only articulate herself when she's upset. Like, when she's not upset, she either goes into her shell and pities herself, or she says something awkward, like she was talking with those men in front of Colin or with Colin. So it will be interesting to see her rise. Speak about her outfits. It's just more booby, you know, more sheer, more booby, showing that she's older, she's more of a woman, she's ready. I know she'll find love, obviously, but I do want to, you know, I want to enjoy the ride. It's looking to be a fun ride. It looks like there is a lord who is interested, and obviously that's going to kickstart Colin's interest. Obviously, what kickstarts his interest is seeing her become more confident and seeing her close and realizing that their friendship has an edge to it, and there's something right there underneath the surface that he wasn't sure what it was, but, you know, by the end of the show he'll realize it's romance. So yeah, she's gonna get what she wants, and I'm happy for her because I like her and I want her to get what she wants. I'm here for that. Anthony will be there, so I know a lot of y'all will be here for that. Hope you enjoy it. I do want to see her interact with Eloise, if only just as like a pardoning phrase, like, what would you two say to each other officially when you see each other again? Or is it just going to be steely glances from across the room? Like, that would be mad annoying. Like, if you two don't like duke it out, like, I'm gonna be annoyed. Fight it out in the makeup. It's not necessarily because I think these two are great friends necessarily. Eloise is very flip-floppity. If she feels like someone does not fit into her desired realm of them, she drops them without even a second thought to their own situation. I feel like that's one of the reasons why Eloise and the paperboy almost didn't work out. There was a lot of judgment there that she couldn't seem to hold on to. Francesca will be coming out with an older actress. Slightly older actress. She's beautiful, so obviously she got lots of suitors, but she's not happy. We'll see what that is all about. We'll see. What do I want from this? I want a little bit more passion. One of the reasons why I liked Queen Charlotte is because the chemistry was palpable and the passion was pervasive and was all in and throughout every section. Like, even before episode 3, when it was every second day or whatever, you know the innuendos for coitus that they were doing. Even before they did all that, there was this palpable tension between them before they started being together physically that just made you so excited. You know what I mean? I want that with Penelope. If something ends up happening similar to season 2 of Bridgerton, where we're not going to get any of that really until like the last episode, I need to feel it. Unfortunately, I didn't feel it very much with Kate and Anthony. Now, hold on before y'all Anthony stands attack me. I'm not saying they didn't have chemistry. They did. But it was more of the story says that they're chemistry and they're staring at each other, so there's chemistry. I didn't necessarily feel like, ooh, get a room already. There were some scenes where it was more obvious, but I was more like, it wasn't like cute waiting for me. It was more like annoying. It's like, are you going to stare at each other, or are you just going to go into a closet somewhere and finally kiss her? It was more like I was annoyed by their I can look but I can't touch chemistry than like enamored by it. Whereas most people were more enamored by it and blissfully satisfied by the end when that climax finally came, pun intended. But for me, by the time the climax came, I enjoyed it. It was a great scene. However, I still feel like after the magic of the scene wore off, I'm like, that wasn't really worth it. Just once, but it's fine. It was for the story. It is what it is. It was fine. Nobody needs to have season 1 all over again where they're doing it all over the place, and we don't need to have that. But if you set a precedent, you don't just turn it off or turn it down. You find a way to do it differently. And I guess that's what they did. I just don't fully agree with it, but it was fine. And I am not the only person who watches this show, so I don't need to have all my ideas done. If you enjoyed it, you enjoyed it. However, I am hoping that something happens between Penelope and somebody. It doesn't even have to be Colin. Colin can be like best for last 2 episode type stuff. But even if it's just by herself, the way that Mama Bridgerton is discovering herself, let her discover herself too. Something. I'm not saying I need to watch her play with herself or anything, but I need more of like Penelope's own self-discovery and like, am I ever going to be okay being alone? Am I willing to be with this man? Do I really care about him? The man who is not Colin. What does this mean to become a woman? I've always had these feelings for Colin, but what does that even mean? I want a little bit more of that. Because I know that Penelope is not Kate. She's not this active do-gooder exerciser. No. So I'm going to get a lot of introspection from this season, and I want that. I just hope that I get the introspection that I want, or even some that I never even thought of that would surprise me. So that is what I want. I want the feeling between them to be palpable, her and Colin. I need that. I just hope I like it. I saw the trailer and I liked what I saw, which is a good sign. I had similar feelings towards Queen Charlotte's trailer, so I hope that that is good. Anyways, please let me know what you guys think down below. And thank you so much for watching this video. When the season comes out, I will be making a video, of course. Goodbye, my sires. Suzu.